Just got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer. Fantastic. Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Just got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
South Africa needs 60, 120 for 2.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
South Africa needs 60, 120 for 2.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
60 cruise, 120.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
60 cruise, 120.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
He's on the back foot, but he's forcing his body weight towards the ball. 60 cruise, 120.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
He's on the back foot, but he's forcing his body weight towards the ball. Where is that? 60 cruise. We know he has.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
He's on the back foot, but he's forcing his body weight towards the ball. Where is that? 60 cruise. We know he has.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
Not a wide.
Fantastic.
He's on the back foot, but he's forcing his body weight towards the ball. Where is that? 60 cruise. We know he has.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his game, full of confidence. Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back foot drives from Archer.
He's on the back foot, but he's forcing his body weight
got the control back, I think, certainly.
Player at 33 years old, absolutely at the top of his
Doing,
game.
as I said a little earlier,
Got into double figures sweetly with a couple of those extra cover drives that we showed you a moment ago, but shots all around the wicket. That pull shot from Overton, and then these two back.
Control and seemingly playing to merit with whatever ball comes his way, and able to dominate. 1, 2, 3 for 2.
Well, the worms look close, but the game is not. Well, that's the length that Archer needs to hit, I think, a little more often. The slower balls just really, I mean, he bit pace off with that one, but slower balls, and he's got a few now. And you admire his skill. They just haven't worked for Jofra Archer, this ICC Champions Trophy. By and large, they've just been either in the slot or a little wide. Surely a hard, heavy length.
Yeah, not quite been able to be as free-flowing, Van der Dussen, tonight. There's a fella could bowl. Still can. Still playing. Fit as a fiddle.
And he's going to play, isn't he? Some shampoo cricket.
Not many lining up to bowl overs and overs and overs, and yet he still goes on.
Not at Old Trafford, anyway. Slammed away leg side, timed brilliantly. The power takes it away from the fielder. Again, this is dismissive.
It's brilliant batting, destructive batting. Just think of the shots that we've shown you in the last 5 minutes or so from Heinrich Klaassen. Cover drives off the front foot, punches off the back foot, pulls away to leg. That's 2 of them, 1 from Overton, 1 from Archer. So shots are all around the wicket in response to deliveries of varying lines and lengths. He's got so many options, so many shots in his locker, not easy to know where the bowlers can go. Cut this time, so the full range of Heinrich Klaassen on show here in Karachi this evening.
Yeah, and this is why I say he now is waiting for whatever is given to him, and comfortable and confident in his own ability that he will be able to react and get it away, rather than looking to make shots and go in a particular direction more often than in other directions. And with the 50-over game, he has the time.
Just settle for the single as Saqib Mahmood does the fielding.
Batting at the other end, I was just looking at Van der Dussen. 35 from 61 as they chat and formulate the partnership in a quest to find timing. Is there anything can be told by Klaassen that would help him?
Stick around. No, under no pressure. He's got a little bit of time yet to bat. It's another 4. Van der Dussen this time, and Archer just straying to leg, but doesn't take much for that timing and that confidence to return. 137 for 2.
Bit of traffic surrounding the stadium here in Karachi. Slow moving traffic. Not slow moving here for South Africa though. And Archer has been both sides of the wicket, and this time it's Rassie van der Dussen that takes advantage. Frustrating evening for Jofra. Livingston replaces Rashid. They could take the view that they'll finish this quickly.
Who's taking that view?
Mr. Heinrich Klaassen. That's a beauty. With some good revs on it from Liam Livingston. The caption says he's off spin. He's off spin to lefties, predominantly leg spin to right-handers. And that was a good leg break. That was a bit short, but he's got away with it.
contrast. Larson would be absolutely smoking that.
Just needs to remain a bit calm here, Rassi Thunderdussen, perhaps a little frustrated, but be there at the end. Time in the middle. Kept his cool and knocked that one down too long off to finish the 24th, 139 for 2. Confirmation from Group B of the ICC Men's Champions Trophy. Australia and South Africa will be the two semi-finalists from this group. South Africa, if they win this game, and they're going the right way about it at the minute, will top the group on 5. But it's still a bit of an unknown. South Africa top the group. They'll play whoever finishes second in Group A, but that won't be decided until tomorrow. Of course, India will play their semi-final in Dubai, so a bit to work out for Australia and South Africa. Slow and loopy from Rashid. Those two men sort of catching at extra cover. Duckett definitely.
Yeah, it's how he got Glenn Maxwell, Marnus Labuschagne in the Australia game, actually, with a beautiful flighted leg spinner. Exactly that, one of those two men catching.
Well, boxed down the ground, and that has gone a long way from Thunderdussen, so he's had enough of just prodding and poking around. He's now going to go.
Well, this was floated up invitingly as well, but a bit straighter this time, and that allowed Thunderdussen to go with a straight bat over mid-on. You can see the men waiting for the one that's just pushed out a little bit wider.
Adil Rashid, 37 years old now. It's been amazing, actually, for England and both the white ball formats. Partnership comes up, just seems to be able to operate and be somewhat unscathed, even if he doesn't affect the game in the way that he might want, in the way the skipper wants. Very rarely gets smashed. As the sole spinner, you'd say, sole out and out spinner in the side.
Well watched, that stayed a little low. He's watched it, timed it brilliantly. Runs are really flowing now. 50 for Rassi Thunderdussen. The 150 comes up for South Africa. They're winning this at a canter.
Useful runs, useful time in the middle. Remember, South Africa haven't played for 8 days in this competition. It's been a frustrating wait for them. Underway against Afghanistan, then that washout against Australia, so they've just been hanging around waiting for some cricket, but they've looked in good order this evening.
It's a Rassi Thunderdussen resurgence. Look at his shot to get to a half-century. Played well in the game here against Afghanistan. Really good tempo to his innings, and was key to them continuing a momentum when he came in. Just as a one-day batter, has done well in the format. Had issues before in sort of trying to get himself started in an innings, and it'd take kind of too long, and it's been a thing that he's been working on for the longest time. But there's a good strike rate, that, and average just about 50.
That's good numbers, full stop. Well, that said hit me, and it has been hit. And it's been hit all the way for 6. Well, England finishing their ICC Champions Trophy campaign with a win.
This will help the timing. Right out the middle of the bat, and away for 6. Yeah, 57 from 74. A really good partnership, this. 26 done now, and South Africa up to 159 for 2. Coming up tomorrow to decide the standings in the group and where everybody goes. India and New Zealand. Yeah, New Zealand and India will lock horns at the Dubai International Stadium. Shot struck really well by Rassie van der Dussen. Past 50, and happy with his timing now.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be? Both these players have got good memories against England. Van der Dussen with 200s, Klassen with that brilliant 100 in Mumbai. Seeing them well, hitting them well, setting themselves off for playoff cricket.
Ouch. Duck it in at short cover. That was struck.
Yeah, length as a spinner to both of these. They use their crease so well, and then you go a bit fuller, and they belt you back over the head. Then you drop it short, and they pull and cut well. Key to playing spin, pick up length.
Mid-off just went back then. Googly as the follow-up. Just the 15 more runs needed. South Africa have been utterly dominant here today. Against a reeling England side. A whole lot to sort out. And from here on, it seems and very much looks like a line in the sand and a place to begin again. Yeah. 166 for 2. Liam Livingston will continue. Who's next captain then, Nash?
Oh, you threw that one at me.
I love your thoughts. Come on then.
may have 3 balls to answer that question for me. I reckon that could go to the boundary, so 10 needed. Well, the obvious candidate, the man who did it towards the end of last summer for England, is Harry Brook. But with the amount of cricket coming up for England, and vital test match cricket against India, home series, and then the Ashes, a lot of home cricket, they may not want to give him so much responsibility at this stage of his career. Or they go stopgap, you know, the likes of James Vince or Lewis Gregory or Sam Billings. Cricketers that have played a lot of domestic franchise cricket, have done a lot of captaincy. I would just not worry about workload. I would make a debate who is the next captain long term, and that looks like Harry Brook.
Yeah, when you talk about long term, I suppose in a year's time is the T20 World Cup, and in exactly almost 2 years' time is the 50 over World Cup. So it's kind of, if someone could manage the process for the next 2 years, and then after that you could maybe look a little bit long term. I just do think that a young man like Brook, I get the thoughts, and obviously I don't know the guy's cricketing brain, they would know in the dressing room, but it might be much for him, particularly a World Cup in India with those conditions.
I like that you've both gone to stuff on the field, but it's more the stuff off the field that's particularly, you know, taxing, and you both know about that. So how does a young man handle that?
Well, I mean, I think he's 26. I'm looking in Richard's direction. Yeah, 26. So he's not that young. He's obviously inexperienced in the number of years he's played. But Michael Atherton got the England captaincy at 26. Did absolutely fine. Did across formats. So in our era, that's just what you did. Got the captaincy and you did it for everything. He's just got to do white ball cricket and leave the red ball cricket to Stokes.
Just is an interesting word in there. 174 for 2.
Yeah, obviously there's an extra format as well in T20 cricket, and it is a hugely important part of the calendar now. You're right, Polly's right. In February, India, Sri Lanka, a year's time, less than a year. World T20.
Could you split T20 and one-day captain for now?
Yeah, you could have 3 different captains.
It would seem like you're moving in kind of opposite directions, with McCullum having become white ball coach as well, from being test match coach alone. Seemed like a time where things were kind of being consolidated. All stuff that needs to be worked out, and I suppose worked out in terms of what's the best for England as a group. And I suppose you've also got to look at it as the 3 different groups, because there's some players who go across the board, sort of from test match to 50 over to 20 over, but the others who don't necessarily cross over.
Ben Stokes captains the T20s, Brook captains the one-days. Would that be an option?
Well, then you have to look at the physical side for Ben Stokes and his body. He's trying to get fit for test match cricket. He's made test match cricket his #1 priority.
Up in the air and catch taken, trying to smash it out the ground to finish the job off. It's Klaasen who's gone after a quite scintillating innings.
Yeah, hit 11 fours, no maximums in his innings, and he was trying to end off in style. Trying to smash it out the ground, and if he had his way, he probably would have smashed those wickets, because he wanted to be there, he wanted to get the job finished. Given lots of air, thrown right up, 72 miles per hour. Klaasen's head just falling over a touch as his eyes lit up and thought, this is the one that can disappear. Rashid gets a wicket on the evening, and a wonderful innings. Good to see him back playing, good to see him getting runs. Henry Klaasen 64, 174 for 3.
David Miller walks out to the middle for South Africa, with South Africa needing just 6 more runs. And well worth their dominance here against England. Looking a very good side. Excellent numbers, more than 4,500 runs. Very experienced, David Miller. And a look at why he's out there. And they're absolutely smoking. And then it's a rare smile from the England camp and captain. Will your advice be sought, or will you just give it anyway?
I think I have to give it. You just asked me on air about it. It certainly won't be sought. 175 for 3.
Just the 5 more to get. The summary of it, South Africa well in the ascendancy. And David Miller, well, not a whole lot to gain, to be fair, to walk out with just 6 more to get. Bang! Thanks for coming. Powerfully done by David Miller, clinically by South Africa, who qualified by bowling England out for 179. They've gone on to get the victory. They win by 7 wickets, and they're looking like a very good side, nicely balanced, and despite the illnesses and the injuries, have managed to cobble an order together and still put in what is a very good performance.
Well, I said before the day started that they are pretty close to each other as far as ODI results historically, but they have been far from close today. Jos Buttler's last game as England's white ball captain comes to an end in defeat, and a huge defeat. They lose all 3 games in this Champions Trophy. They go home without a point. South Africa march through to another knockout game, whether it be New Zealand or Australia, or India, we will find out. But Butler's reign ends in defeat.
Yeah, great performance by the South Africans. Lost the toss, asked to bowl first, and they produced some of their good stuff, bowling England out and then knocking us off comfortably. Rassie van der Dussen again there at the end, 72 not out for him. All the batters got a hit, and desperate for them to get a bit of an outing before the knockout stage. Everyone will feel a lot better for this performance.
There he goes off the field, Rassie van der Dussen, 72 not out from 87. Handshakes all round, and soul searching for the England side. Not just the team, but all and sundry, management, the whole lot as they try to work out and plot a way forward in terms of white ball cricket. For South Africa, they march on to the semi-final after a really, really good performance. Now look at the batting card.
Yeah, Stubbs went early, just dragging it onto his stumps off Archer, who got the first 2 wickets. Rickleton played nicely. He got one that kept low. He went for 27. Klaasen, as ever, looked in good touch. 64 from 56. Van der Dussen loves batting against England. Fabulous stats in this format. 72 from 87. Miller with the winning run. Second ball 6 to seal the win for South Africa.
Yeah, all the South Africans have got some runs, haven't they, now in the tournament? It was just Klaasen who was out injured. He came back in, and it was that partnership with him and Van der Dussen of 127 that eased any concern and made it look very comfortable for the South Africans. Bowling-wise, Jofra Archer, I thought he was the pick. He bowled 7 overs in the initial spell, and after the first over, which was a little bit wayward, he found his areas and he was rewarded with 2 wickets. Adil Rashid bowled with some nice control. He ended up picking up the wicket of Klaasen. The rest of them really didn't get a good performance out of each of those bowlers. Livingston just at the end there, 3 overs, 0 for 24.
So the summary then of this final Group B game. England winning the toss and batting. 179 is all they could get to, thanks to South Africa's really good bowling performance. As an attack did really well, and each bowler getting a wicket, and then the batting just as good, clinical in the way that they chase the score down, get it in 29.1 overs and win by 7 wickets. Yeah, look at how it went. Really no trouble. A couple of wickets early on, but weathered that storm and managed to keep scoring at what was a really healthy rate. And then once that big partnership was together, essentially controlled things and scored even quicker as the finish line drew closer and closer. So South Africa finish on top, 5 points. And Australia with 4 points. None for England and 3 for Afghanistan. Down now to Cass Naidoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the player of the match tonight is South Africa's Marco Jansen. He'll receive his player of the match medallion from Arif Hussain, the Group Chief Operating Officer of Hum Network. Marco, congratulations to you. 3 for 39 and 2 wonderful catches. First up, though, congratulations to South Africa. What does it feel like to be in yet another ICC semi-final?
Yeah, obviously it's a good feeling. Boys work very hard. It's not the easiest conditions from a bowling point of view. And even though it suits batting a bit more, it's still not easy to bat for 50 overs and get to good totals on the board. But yeah, very happy to go through. Important to take wickets in the power play. How did you feel you went with the ball today? Yeah, there was no swing, which I'm not that happy about, but yeah, I'm happy about my performance. I feel I used all my options really well, hit my lengths really well, and yeah, restricted them to score quickly, so yeah. Going to take us through that catch to dismiss Harry Brook. We were in commentary, we thought surely he's safe. 28 metres you made across the ground. Only 28? No, I'm joking. Yeah, no, I just saw the ball going up and then I really didn't think much. I was just trying to get to as close to the ball as I could, and yeah, luckily I got there quite easy, and yeah, I made the catch. Bit of a wait to find out who you will face in the semi-finals. How do you pace yourself during this time and get ready for the last war? Yeah, for me, I just want to go sleep now. But yeah, we'll take it as it comes tomorrow and see what happens. But for now, I think we're just going to rest up and enjoy this win. Congratulations, our player of the match tonight, Marco Jansen. Cheers, thanks.
Nicely done by Marco Jansen, and also brilliantly done by David Miller, who walked out and second ball nudged one all the way out the ground for 6 to finish the job off. And South Africa winning by 7 wickets. An end also for England. The smiles, the hugs there about the reign of
Jos Buttler as their white ball captain. So confirmation then of the result. South Africa winning here in Karachi by 7 wickets. We'll be back in a little bit with the captains.
We move cricket so that cricket moves you. Smart logistics beyond boundaries.
Welcome back, everybody, to Karachi, where South Africa have just beaten England. 179 plays, 181 for 3. South Africa winning by 7 wickets. A comfortable and clinical victory for the South Africans. Time to hear from the captains now. Let's get downstairs to Mike Atherton.
Thanks, Palmer. Yes, Jos Buttler, the England captain, is waiting patiently. Jos, dare I say, was that the kind of performance that reassures you made the right decision?
Yeah, that was a really disappointing performance, wasn't it? We're so far short of the mark there today, so yeah, it's really disappointing.
179, not enough runs, of course. Is that a measure of just a general lack of confidence now with the results as they've been, or more pointedly, too many batters out of form at the same time?
Yeah, a bit of both probably. I think there was a decent surface. It was pretty slow and a little bit too paced, but Root and Duckett got us in a nice position. Brooke has started. We're just not going on and making those big telling contributions, which has been a story of the side for a little bit of time now with the bat.
Any particular reasons? It's a complicated, difficult question, no doubt. Any reasons why so many batters are out of form at the same time come the big tournament?
No, I don't know, to be honest. I think, not just batter, I think as a whole group, we're not obviously getting the results, and that takes away some confidence and stuff. So, time for everyone to sort of go away, have a change of scene, and work hard wherever the cricket takes you next. And obviously it's from this point forward, there's a huge opportunity for everyone inside the dressing room and obviously people outside the dressing room to really put their hand up and say they want to be part of the rebuild of the white ball teams.
Yeah, you've seen both sides of that coin, of course, great days and low days, and it's amazing how quickly it turns in sport. Therefore, do you have confidence that it can turn again very quickly for England?
Yeah, of course. There's no doubt that the talent is there. There's all the makings of putting together a really good side, and I'm sure Brendan and the guys at the top will formulate some plans, and it's down to individuals as well to put their hand up and put a mark down to say that they want to be part of something moving forward and get the team back to where it should be.
It's not been all doom and gloom, of course. Would the World Cup win of 2022 be the high point as you look back on your captaincy now?
Yeah, of course. It's a fantastic time, to be a World Cup winning captain is obviously an incredibly proud moment, and that was obviously the best day in the captaincy shirt.
And I suppose Joe Root has shown, given the example of what a former captain can do back in the ranks, a perfect example that you can still contribute.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe's been shining light and a great example for English cricket throughout, and obviously he's been able to see what he's done since he's relinquished the captaincy and been taking his game to new levels and leading in a different way for the team as well. So yeah, hopefully I can follow his lead, get back to my best form, and start contributing to the team in the way I want to.
Thanks for your time and efforts. Difficult time for you. Thank you. Aidan Markram is here. Should ask about the hamstring, I think. Is it, first of all? There's some important game coming up.
Yeah, I think it's all right. Mostly precaution over anything else. So it feels okay, I'm sure. Hopefully over the next few days can get some good rest and sort it out and be good to go from there.
After a break of 8 days, how pleased were you with the way your team hit the ground running here?
Yeah, I thought the boys were really good. Obviously the wicket was quite slow, probably slower than we expected in the day, and changed our sort of initial plans that we had in mind, and the boys really adapted really well to the conditions out there. So sort of kept trying to hold length for as long as they could, changing pace and things like that, and through that we're able to take some wickets pretty much throughout the innings and keep momentum on our side.
Early ones are very important. How important has Marco Jansen become to you as a strike bowler?
Yeah, he's been huge for us. We all know in the power play, especially in conditions like this, you need to be taking wickets up front, and he sort of finds different ways of doing it in each game. So really pleased for him. He's really been peaking at the right time for us as a team, and he's leading the attack along with KG really well. And
Heinrich Klaassen back in the team and didn't look as though he'd been away.
Yeah, it's always great to see him out in the middle. He's been in a ridiculous sort of patch of form over the last many months, and for him to walk out now after having a little niggle on his elbow and for it to look like he's never really left is a great sign for us.
And Marco Jansen's early wickets made life a little easier for Keshav Maharaj, say, in that middle over. back foot pulls away to leg. That's two of them, one from over.